Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me today. My name is Peter. Welcome back to Invest with Peter. So, guys, if you're seeing for the first time, I come once a week to bring information, good, solid information for you that will help you now, this week, or next week, or in the nearest future. Before I go in, I want to tell you that remember this: every time you invest, you are buying a day that you don't have to work in your life. Investing is good if you put your mind at it. If you just put it as just a side gig, investing is very sweet. It's like, to some people, investing is like, it's like a hobby. It's like when people are like, well, I just want to be in it. It's like that. And guess what? A couple of years down the line, they are happy they've done so and all that. So invest today and preserve your future. Now let's talk about this. Just like you see in the thumbnail, these companies, the Faang company, we all know Faang company: Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google, right? So they all released their earnings last week. No, I think Netflix released their earnings previous week, but last week, all these Faang company came up with was, quarter. And it's been, the company is all over the place, and people are wondering what's going on with Faang, what's going on with tech. I'll be talking about that today. I'll be talking about Facebook. Even before I go, let's just talk about Facebook first, right? Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, this guy is in trouble. If you know him, tell him. Honestly, this is the only guy that lost $100 billion a year, and he wouldn't flinch. Just me saying it, like 100 billion, not 100 million. Somebody lost 100 billion in a year. He wouldn't flinch. He wouldn't bother. Some people like, are you crazy? 100 billion? Yes. Mark Zuckerberg lost 100 billion from 2021, late 2021 till date, just because of the market downturn. Now, what's going on with Facebook? This guy has been talking about metaverse this, metaverse that. Is he really ready for metaverse, right? The Henny has been a disastrous one, and investors were pulling out. They were like, this social media company hasn't got a clue what they're doing. They don't even have, direction. Nothing is coming in the pipeline apart from this metaverse he's talking about. And this guy keep pumping money in the metaverse. And guess who's going to win in this world of metaverse? It's going to be Nvidia. So why is he keeping, on about this metaverse of a thing and neglecting the real thing where it's going to be marketable, where you can get more money instead of investing more in metaverse? Because the metaverse is gone to gaming, and people who've been playing game knows they've been in metaverse for so many years. If you've played Nintendo and all that stuff, you see yourself running around, that's metaverse. So this guy just came up with this metaverse of it. He even changed the name of his company from Facebook to Meta. That's how crazy this guy is, right? So he's been going on about, and people have been saying there's no way he's going to be profitable in this kind of financial environment. Social media, look at what happened to Snapchat and all these companies. And, he's been going crazy with social media companies. And this guy keep pumping money into the dustbin. And, well, only time we tell what he's doing. Well, Facebook has gone down 70% from year till date. Just imagine 70% of a global company like that is in bobbing at the moment. So at the moment, social media companies, they're in trouble because there's no more ads, that brings money for them and all that. They're paying people, they're paying their users and all that stuff. But the ads are not really bringing in money to, solidify the company. The company is not profitable at this point. So that's why you see the earning every time this social media company release their earning, they start losing following days, 20% down, 15% down. So if you are investing in Facebook or any social media platform stock, you need to be very careful now, because if we go into a recession, expect this company to shed more money, to go down maybe 20% and all that stuff. So 20%, that's seeing Facebook going around 65, 70 something dollars a share. Company that has been 330. I remember Facebook when it was at $350. Just imagine that at night is $5 last week. So it's just crazy. So let's move on from there. Let's talk about Amazon. Amazon put out their report, and they were like, well, it's gonna be so grim. The next quarter is not gonna be looking good. And they said they were even that this actually the slowest quarter in the history of this company. They're projecting 2 to 8%, while the market is actually expecting 13%. But they were like, nah, the projection is very poor now because of the, financial crisis that the world is at now. People are being restrained from using Amazon. They're not buying stuff anymore. People have stopped buying stuff and using Amazon service and all that stuff. So I'd actually drive down the profitability of this company, and that's why you see Amazon went down the other day 13% on Friday and all that. So Amazon, I believe for a long time, if you're holding, I have Amazon in my portfolio, and if I see it go down a little bit, I'm going to be buying more Amazon. So this is the company that you want to be looking at. Why you probably forget social media companies at this point now, because those companies can go to nothing. The following, honestly, they can actually go to nothing, because crisis coming in and out, and this company are like fragile like any other day. So just focus on solid companies. I believe Amazon is a very solid company, and I think it's investable. As for me, I don't know about you. Amazon is a very solid company, so I don't worry about what they actually release now or later. It's just a futuristic company that I know will be solid down the line. So let's talk about Google. Guys, Google released their earnings as well, and the same story again. Google went down the following day, and it was like, well, the market projection is very, very bad. They're not expecting to make more money next quarter and all that. All this same old story again, and Google went down. And Google is always going to be Google, right? People use Google around the world. Chinese may have their own Google, but around the world, we use Google every other day. So tell me why I shouldn't buy Google when I see it going under $100. It's no brainer for me. So it's just a long-term investment for me as a Google, owner and all that stuff. So if you buy Google, if you see it go down a little bit, I think it's time to double down on Google, and I will continue to buy Google. That's for me. I don't care about the earnings today. I just keep dollar cost averaging and buy Google as soon as I see the price going down, because in the nearest future it's going to be a good one. Now let's talk about Apple. Apple is the favorite one out of all the Faangs, isn't it? Because they actually, their projection was not that bad, just unlike Facebook, Google, and Microsoft. Apple were like, well, they didn't make enough money from iPhone 14 because just like I said earlier on, people are being careful, shedding money at these economic environments, so they didn't make much money like they expect from iPhone sales. So they actually made money from other products they're selling, and that's why they were able to even out and their profit. And people were like, well, they're all right, not too bad. And that's why you saw Apple stock went up to $151 last week. So I think Apple is always going to be Apple. For me, Apple is just a buy and hold for me. I don't trade Apple. I don't sell Apple. It's a buy and hold a long term. For me, I'm not telling you to buy because I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just a geezer on the phone, telling you this and that. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm not telling you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor. I've not got a license to tell you what to buy and what not to buy. So I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell. I'm telling you, for me, Apple is a hold for me. I'm not trading it. I'm not selling it. So that's it. So let's talk about, Twitter. Elon eventually solidified his Twitter deal at $44 billion last week. And it took over, Twitter, and people were like, yeah, that's it now. Freedom of speech and all this stuff, right? I'm going to talk about. But before I talk about that freedom of speech of a thing, let's talk about people who own Twitter stocks. If you own Twitter stocks, your platform, right, your trading platform, they're going to sell they're going to close, not sell. They're going to actually close your trade at $54 because that was the price Elon actually bought it at on Friday. So they will close your position at $54 and you're going to see your money there because Tesla on Twitter, I keep saying Tesla, Twitter, they sound the same, innit? So Twitter, Tesla. So, all right, both of them are owned by one man now. So Twitter, right, if you have it, it's going to be taken out of S&P 500. I think they have probably taken it out, or they will. Maybe it's going to be there around there until November the 8th. That's when it's going to be taken out totally from S&P 500 because Twitter is going private. It's no longer PLC. It's going to be a private company, and it's going to be owned. The CEO is Elon Musk. He said it's going to be the CEO. So he fired like 7 people on Friday. All the executives were fired anyway, paid out. the investors, Twitter investors were paid out as well. So all of them settled, and all the workers, they were panicking, both in London, in US and all that places. Twitter company, they were panicking on Friday that are they going to receive email from Elon Musk that, yeah, your job is done. So please just put your table and your chair properly and take out your folder. Bye. We see you. So, and they were like all over the place, but this guy just went to the company, just went there, do the whole thing on that day, chat with some people and went back home. So that's Elon Musk for you. So this guy actually bought $44 billion. And he said this platform is not going to be free for all. So expect Twitter to be monetized. So it's going to monetize some aspect of Twitter. So if you're using Twitter and you're going to see some difference along the line, and that's what he said, because Elon always make profit from all his everything from Tesla to Twitter to his Starlink, and everything is God. This guy always want to make money out of it. So Twitter, people saying, well, Twitter is a wrong deal. He knew he bought Twitter at a higher price. Twitter should be going less than at most 30 something billion, not 44 billion. So he knew he bought it, very at a high price, but he's going to find a way to monetize this company and make money out of it. So people are saying, well, what's not going to happen now that Elon is taking over? Is he going to bring these guys back, the lack of Donald Trump, Katie Hoskins and Alex Jones, Alexia Banks and Tony Robinsons and David Icke, all those controversial people, like that's what you call them. I didn't call them that. So is he going to bring all these people back? And, people are keeping an eye on him. Like, okay, let's see what's going to happen. Kanye West is going to be back on Twitter and all that stuff. Only time will tell, because this is actually a big platform that can actually be spread around the world. Most people, I won't say most, but, you barely see somebody in a household without Twitter, at least somebody in the household will be using Twitter. So it's a big platform where information can be sent around the world and all that stuff. So, even US government don't know what to do now, because they don't know how this guy's going to handle these plays and all that stuff. But only time will tell. And I think, for the likes of Donald Trump and all that stuff, he'll probably want to come back. Remember, he's got his own as well, which is DWAC. I don't know what he's going to do about DWAC and Twitter, but he will want to come back to Twitter because of his his ambition 2024 and all that stuff. So we might be seeing funny stuff going around Twitter, I want to see. And also Twitter is a good deal for Tesla as well, because this is a platform where he can actually promote his stuff, promote his other companies. He's got the hold of a company now that he can use to send his information out in a tweet, in a click of a button and all that stuff. So expect this place to explode, and Twitter and Tesla information and all that stuff to be passed across this platform. And before we know it now, we're going to see how it's going to be profitable with this company, because Elon always make profit from all his products. So now, guys, for me, Twitter has been taken out now, so it's going to be a private company. But Elon promised 3 to 5 years, by 2026 thereabout, he's going to be bringing Twitter back, IPO Twitter again, and back on S&P 500. But with time, we're going to see what it's going to do with that platform. And I think, and also before I forget, right, next week, Wednesday, FOMC will be meeting next week, and, they're going to be raising rate by 75 basis points, just as we have predicted, right? But it's going to be funny if they actually go 50 basis points, but market actually priced in 75 basis points. Anything lower than that will be actually green for market, because that will signal a pivot from Fed, which the market is indirectly pricing in, because there's been rumor that by December, Feds are going to pivot, and market is been rallying around that as well. So if they go 50 basis points, expect market to go green, explode to green this week. That is if they go 50, but I think most people believe, most analysts think, it's going to be 75 basis points and all that stuff. All right, let's go back to Twitter. The company, because you might be wondering which company we're going to be replacing Twitter in S&P. The company is called Arch Capital. You can call it Hack Capital or Hatch Capital. So ALACGL. This company is into properties, insurance, reinsurance, and mortgage. So this company went, 10%, when it was told like you're going to be in place of Twitter. So it's going to be, you know, be replacing Twitter on the S&P 500, and people are investing in it straight away. Just as the news broke on Friday that it's going to be replacing Twitter and this company ACGL. So it's going to be, you know, I think it's going to be they're going to put it on S&P on the 1st of November or 2nd of November. That's when it's going to be, you know, on S&P 500 for investors in ACGL. So, well, guys, that's it for today. So, as for me, all these Faang company, I have them all apart from Meta, Facebook. I don't have Facebook. I had Facebook a couple of years ago, but I sold out and I was like, nah, it's not a company I want to invest my money because it's too volatile and I can't deal with the volatility around Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg. Imagine somebody losing 100 billion in 12 months. Tell me, is he a good businessman or good entrepreneur? I just think, well, I don't know what's going on with him, but it's not actually, you know, pressing the right button as an entrepreneur. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. And thank you for subscribing. Bye.